Everyone, welcome back to Technical Mathematics lecture series conducted by Vadhyar Online Academy. In this lecture, we will discuss another set of MCQs from Binomial Theorem. If you are not familiar with Binomial Theorem, I recommend you to watch our previous lectures on Binomial Theorem and then attempt questions given in this video. Links to those lectures are given in the description box of this video, so please watch them if needed and come back to this video. In this lecture, we will discuss few important MCQs from Binomial Theorem. I encourage you to solve those questions by yourself and check the solution given in this video. So let's get started. Let's see problem number 1. If the ratio of coefficients of three consecutive terms in expansion of 1 plus x whole raised to n is 1:7:42, then n is equal to. So we are given a ratio of coefficients of three consecutive terms in the expansion. So that is given to be 1:7:42. We have to calculate the value of n. So let's see how to do this. So a ratio of coefficients of three consecutive terms. So it is a ratio of coefficients of three consecutive terms. We may represent that like this: NCR minus 1 is to NCR is to NCR plus 1. Okay, and it is given that this ratio is equal to 1:7:42. Okay, and we are asked to calculate the value of n. Let's see how to do this. First, we will consider the ratio between NCR minus 1 and NCR. So from this, we may write the ratio of NCR minus 1 to NCR will be equal to 1/7. Okay. Now, if we expand NCR minus 1 and NCR, what we get is n factorial divided by n minus r minus 1. So that becomes n minus r plus 1 factorial into r minus 1 factorial. R minus 1 factorial. So that is the expansion of NC r minus 1. So this one divided by NCR. NCR will be n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. So this is given to be equal to 1/7. Okay, so let's simplify this. Here n factorial and n factorial are common. We may cancel those two. Okay, and here we have n minus r plus 1 factorial, and here we have n minus r factorial. So when you cancel n minus r factorial from these two, we will be getting n minus r plus 1 here. And here we have r minus 1 factorial. Here we have r factorial. So when you cancel r minus 1 factorial from these two, you will be getting r here. So when you simplify this, what you get is r divided by n minus r plus 1. Okay, so once you simplify this ratio, we will get it as r divided by n minus r plus 1, and that is given to be equal to 1/7. Okay, now from this, we may derive one equation relating n and r. Okay, this will, when you cross multiply this, we get 7r on the left hand side equal to, take this term and multiply this with 1, that makes the right hand side, so that will be n minus r plus 1. So 7r will be equal to n minus r plus 1, that is what we get. Okay, now when you simplify this, what we get is n minus 8r plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so we will be getting one equation relating n and r. Okay, now here when you consider this ratio, once again what we have here is NCR is to NCR plus 1 equal to 7:42. So the ratio of NCR to NCR plus 1, okay, this will be equal to 7/42. Okay, so as we have discussed, okay, expand NCR and NCR plus 1. Okay, then try to find out a relation connecting n and r. Okay, so when you do that, what we get will be r plus 1 divided by n minus r equal to 1 by 6. 7 by 42 may be written as 1 by 6. Cancelling 7 on both numerator and denominator, we will be getting 1 by 6. Okay, and when you simplify this left hand side, you will get it as r plus 1 divided by n minus r. Okay, now from this we will get another relation connecting n and r, that will be n minus 7r minus 6 equal to 0. Okay, so we may take it as equation number 2. So we have two equations relating n and r. We may solve them. We will get the value of n and r. Okay, so when you solve this, you will get the value of n as n equal to 55, and the r value will be 7. Okay, so here we are asked to calculate the value of n, and we are getting it as 55. Okay, so here the right answer is given by option C. Problem number 2. Coefficients of middle terms in the expansion of 2 minus x cube by 3 whole raised to 7 r. We are asked to calculate coefficients of middle terms in the expansion 2 minus x cube by 3 whole raised to 7. So here the value of n is 7, which is an odd number. Therefore we will have two middle terms. The first middle term will be n plus 1 by 2th term. Okay, so that will be nothing but 7 plus 1, that is 8, 8 by 2, that is 4. So the fourth term in the expansion will be the first middle term. Okay, and the second middle term will be n plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. So that will be nothing but the fifth term in the expansion. Okay, so the fourth term and fifth term in the expansion 2 minus x cube by 3 whole raised to 7 are the middle terms. Okay, now we know how to calculate the rth term in the expansion a minus b whole raised to n. So this expansion, or this is in the form a minus b whole raised to n. So the rth term in the expansion of a minus b whole raised to n is given by minus 1 raised to r minus 1 into nc r minus 1 into a raised to n minus r minus 1 into b raised to r minus 1. Okay, so here in place of a we have 2, and in place of b we are having x cube by 3. Okay, so using this general expression, okay, let's calculate the fourth term. The fourth term in the expansion will be minus 1 raised to 4 minus 1, so that will be 3 into nc r minus 1, that is 7c 4 minus 1, that is 3 into a raised to n minus r minus 1. So in place of a, what we have here is 2. So 2 raised to 7 minus 4 minus 1, that is 3. So 7 minus 3, we will be getting 4 as the power of 2 here, and that into x cube by 3 whole raised to 4 minus 1, that is 3. So this will be the fourth term in the expansion. So this will be equal to, here we have minus 1 raised to 3, that will result in a minus sign, that into 7c3. 7c3 will be 7 into 6 into 5 divided by 1 into 2 into 3 into 2 raised to 4, that is 16 into, here we have x cube by 3 whole raised to 3. So that will be x raised to 9 divided by 3 raised to 3, that is 27. Okay, now once you simplify, we will get it as minus 560 divided by 27. Okay, so that will be that into x raised to 9. Okay, so the coefficient value will be minus 560 divided by 20. Okay, so if you look into the options, we are having two options giving the value minus 560 by 27. Okay, so the right answer can be one among A or C. Okay, now to find out the right one among A and C, let's find out the fifth term in the expansion. The fifth term in the expansion will be nothing but minus 1 raised to 5 minus 1, that is 4, into 7c 5 minus 1, that is 4, into 2 raised to 7 minus 5 minus 1, that is 7 minus 4, that is 3, 2 raised to 3, into x cube by 3 whole raised to, here we should have 5 minus 1, that is 4. Okay, so this will give us the fifth term in the expansion. So here we have minus 1 raised to 4, that will be plus. Okay, so the sign of the coefficient will be positive. Okay, so if you check the options A and C, we are having 280 by 81 with a minus sign here and 280 by 81 with a plus sign here. So the fifth term will have plus sign, so therefore the right answer should be this one, option C. We need not calculate the entire thing to get the right option here. So here the answer will be minus 560 by 27 and 280 by 81. Okay. Problem number 3. If coefficients of middle terms in the expansions 1 plus kx whole raised to 8 and 1 minus kx whole raised to 6 are equal, then k is equal to. So we are given the hint that coefficients of middle terms in these two expansions are equal, and we are asked to calculate the value of the constant k present in both these expansions. Okay, so 1 plus kx whole raised to 8 will have a middle term, okay, which will be n by 2 plus 1th term, that is 8 by 2 plus 1th term will be the middle term. So that will be 4 plus 1, 4 by 2 plus 1th term. So that is the fifth term. The fifth term in the expansion of 1 plus kx whole raised to 8 will be the middle term. Okay, now coming to 1 minus kx whole raised to 6. Okay, 1 minus kx whole raised to 6 will have a middle term which will be nothing but 6 by 2 plus 1th term. Okay, so that will be nothing but 6 by 2 is 3, 3 plus 1, that is 4, the fourth term in the expansion. Okay, so in the expansion of 1 plus kx whole raised to 8, fifth term will be the middle term, and in the expansion of 1 minus kx whole raised to 6, fourth term will be the middle term, and the coefficients of these two terms are equal. Okay, so let's first calculate the fifth term in the expansion of 1 plus kx whole raised to 8. So the fifth term will be, fifth term in the expansion 1 plus kx whole raised to 8 will be 8c 5 minus 1, that is 4, into 1 raised to, okay, here in place of a we have 1, so 1 raised to 8 minus 5 minus 1, that is 8 minus 4, so we will have the power of 1 as 4, that into, here in place of b we have kx, so kx raised to 5 minus 1, that is 4. So this will be the fifth term in the expansion of 1 plus kx whole raised to 8. Okay, so this can be written as 8c4 into k raised to 4 into x raised to 4. Okay, now coming to the fourth term in the expansion of 1 minus kx whole raised to 6, the fourth term in the expansion of 1 minus kx whole raised to 6. So this is in the form a minus b whole raised to n. So the fourth term will be minus 1 raised to 4 minus 1, that is 3, into 6c 4 minus 1, that is 3, 6c3, into 1 raised to 6 minus 4 minus 1, that is 6 minus 3, so that is 3, into kx raised to 4 minus 1, that is 3. Okay, so once you simplify this, what you get is minus 6c3 into 1 into k raised to 3 into x raised to 3. Okay, so it is given that the coefficients of these two terms are equal. Okay, so here the coefficient is 8c4 into k raised to 4, and here the coefficient is minus 6c3 into k raised to 3. Okay, so when you equate these two, okay, what we get is 8c4 into k raised to 4 equal to minus 6c3 into k raised to 3. Okay, so here k is common. Here we have k raised to 4, here we have k raised to 3. So when you cancel k raised to 3 from both sides, here we get k, and from this we may calculate the value of k. So k will be equal to minus 6c3 divided by 8c4. Okay, so you may expand these two combination values and you may calculate the value of k, and finally we will get it as minus 2 by 7. Okay, so here the right answer is given by option B, minus 2 by 7. Problem number 4. Sigma k equal to 0 to n, nck 4 raised to k is equal to. So here let's rewrite this expression as sigma k equal to 0 to n, nck into 1 raised to n minus k into 4 raised to k. So this is nothing but the binomial expansion corresponding to 1 plus 4 whole raised to n. Okay, so 1 plus 4 is nothing but 5, so it is equal to 5 raised to n. So here the right answer is given by option B, 5 raised to n. Problem number 5. The 11th term from last in the expansion of 2x plus 1 by x square whole raised to 25 is. So we are asked to calculate the 11th term from last. Okay, so here you can see that the value of n is 25. N value is 25. So this implies that this expansion will have 25 plus 1, that is 26 terms. Okay, so the 11th term from last, okay, so that can be calculated by finding out 26 minus 10, so that is 16. Okay, so it will be the 16th term which will be the 11th term from last. Okay, so you have to count from the 26th term to backward. Okay, so just eliminate 10 terms from 26, then the next term will be the 16th term, and that will be the 11th term from the last. Okay, so omit 10 terms from 26. Okay, then the next term will be the 11th term. Okay, so it will be the 16th term that becomes as the 11th term from the last term, that is the 26th term. Okay, so we know the general formula to calculate the rth term in the expansion. So the rth term in the expansion is given by nc r minus 1 a raised to n minus r minus 1 into b raised to r minus 1. So we are asked to calculate the 16th term, so that will be 25c 16 minus 1, that is 15 into, here in place of a we have 2x, so 2x raised to 25 minus 16 minus 1. Okay, that into 1 by x square whole raised to 16 minus 1. Okay, so it is equal to 25c15 2x raised to 10 into 1 by x square whole raised to 15. Okay, so once you simplify this, we will get it as 25c15 into 2 raised to 10 divided by, here we have x raised to 10, here we have x square whole raised to 15. So that will be 1 by x raised to 30. Here in the numerator we will have x raised to 10. So effectively we will be having an x term which is x raised to 20 in the denominator. Okay, so this will be the 16th term or the 11th term from the last in the expansion of 2x plus 1 by x square whole raised to 25. So here this answer is given by option A, 25c15 2 raised to 10 divided by x raised to 20. Okay. Now I would like to discuss one last topic in binomial theorem, and that is how to find out the greatest term in the expansion. Okay, so if a is greater than 0, b is greater than 0 and n belongs to the set of natural numbers, then to find the greatest term in the expansion of a plus b whole raised to n, we have to find out the value of k, which is given by n plus 1 into b divided by a plus b. Okay, if k is an integer, then the expansion of a plus b whole raised to n has two greatest terms, the kth term and k plus 1th term. And if k is not an integer, then the expansion of a plus b whole raised to n has just one greatest term, and it is given by t alpha plus 1, where alpha is the rounded off value corresponding to k. Okay, now please make note of this expression, k equal to n plus 1 into b divided by a plus b. So to find out the greatest term, we have to first calculate the value of k. If k is an integer, then the expansion will have two greatest terms, that they are the kth term and k plus 1th term. Okay, and if it is not an integer, if k is not an integer, then we have to find out the term which is t alpha plus 1. Okay, we have to calculate the value of alpha, the rounded off value corresponding to k, and then add a 1 to find out the greatest term. Okay, let's see one problem related to this topic. That is problem number 6. The greatest term in the expansion of 3 plus 2x whole raised to 50 is, okay, where x is 1 by 5. Okay, we have to calculate the greatest term in the expansion of 3 plus 2x whole raised to 50. And here the value of x is greater than 0. It is equal to 1 by 5. So it is greater than 0. So therefore we may calculate the greatest term by first finding out the value of k. So here k will be nothing but n plus 1 into b divided by a plus b. Okay. Now here the value of n is 50. So n plus 1 will be 51 into b value, it is 2x. So 51 into 2x divided by a value is 3. So 3 plus b value is 2x. So 3 plus 2x. And the value of x is given, it is equal to 1 by 5. So we may substitute that here. So 51 into 2 by 5 divided by 3 plus 2 into 1 by 5. Okay, so this will be the value of k. Once you simplify this, we get the value of k as 102 divided by 17, that is 6. Okay, so the value of k is 6 and it is an integer, therefore it will have two greatest terms. This expansion will have two greatest terms. They are the kth term, okay, that is the 6th term, and the second greatest term will be the k plus 1th term. K plus 1th term. Okay, so k plus 1th term will be nothing but the 7th term. Okay, now we have 3 plus 2x whole raised to 50 here. So we know how to calculate the 6th term. The 6th term in the expansion will be 50 nc r minus 1, that is 50c 6 minus 1, that is 50c5 into 3 raised to 50 minus 5 into 2x raised to 5. Okay, so that will be the 6th term, and the 7th term will be 50c6 3 raised to 50 minus 6 into 2x raised to 6. Okay, so this is the 6th term and this is the 7th term. We may check the options now. Here we have 50c6 3 raised to 44 2 by 5 raised to 6. Okay, so here it matches with this term. Okay, 50c6, 3 raised to 50 minus 6 is 44, 3 raised to 44 into x value is given as 1 by 5, so 2x may be replaced with by 2 by 5, 2 by 5 whole raised to 6. Okay, so here this is one of the greatest terms. Okay, we are having two greatest terms, they are 6th term and 7th term, and the 7th term is given in option B, so option B is the right answer here. Now let's revisit one problem we discussed in lecture 9. Coefficient of middle term in the expansion of x minus x cube by 5 whole raised to 8 is equal to. We are asked to calculate coefficient of the middle term in the expansion of x minus x cube by 5 whole raised to 8. So here the value of n is 8. So this implies that the middle term will be n by 2 plus 1th term. Okay, so that is 8 by 2, 4 plus 1, that is the 5th term will be the middle term. Okay, now let's calculate the 5th term in the expansion. So it will be minus 1 raised to 5 minus 1 into 8c 5 minus 1 into x raised to 8 minus 5 minus 1 into x cube by 5 whole raised to 5 minus 1. Okay, so it will be nothing but minus 1 raised to 4, that is plus, then 8c4 into x raised to 8 minus 4, that is 4 into x cube by 5 whole raised to 4. Okay, so this will be equal to, okay, once we simplify this, we will get it as 70 by 625 into x raised to 16. Okay, so here the coefficient is 70 by 625. So that is given by option B, and here this ratio is also equal to 14 by 125. So this option can also be a possible answer. Okay, but the direct value what we get will be 70 by 625, and that is given by option B. So the most appropriate answer is given by option B, 70 by 625, but that is also equal to 14 by 125. So option C also gives the right answer. Okay, so with this we are coming to end of the section binomial theorem, and in lecture 11 we will start with trigonometric functions. Okay, for upcoming videos you may subscribe to our YouTube channel Vadhyar Online Academy, and for study materials you may subscribe to our Telegram channel using this link, and we have included this link in the description of this video. So thank you, goodbye, see you in lecture 11.